Hi, it's Rob Moore from Progressive Property here, and thank you very much for watching this short video. Now, you're either watching this because one, you are on the newsletter page, which is all the way down there, or you're watching this because you're about to click through to the newsletter page. I just want to tell you, rather than writing a big, long editorial in this newsletter, I thought it'd be more interesting for you to be able to watch the video. And I just want to tell you what's in the newsletter, this newsletter, previous newsletters, future newsletters, so that you can get maximum benefit out of it. Currently, we don't charge for this newsletter. Now, we may change that. We do have plans for membership sites and such, but currently we don't charge for this newsletter. It's a long newsletter, we give you that. I don't necessarily expect you to read it all right now, but I definitely suggest that you put it into your favourites, you save it, you come back to it, because I spend a lot of time accruing a lot of information from a lot of sources, from a lot of people to get this to you. So a lot of professional property investors read this newsletter, and there's some valuable stuff in here. Some things are kind of from us and our perspective, and other things are the news, the media, articles and such. So in this newsletter you have articles. So down there, sort of normally at the top end of the newsletter, are lots of different articles that are in the media about property. We try and not put too much of a slant on it, so you'll see some that probably say property market's back in booming. There may be some that contradict each other. They're very different. Some may be specific towards agents and volume. Some might be more historical data. Some might be just something that the Telegraph or the BBC or the Nationwide have reported on. You should definitely look at those and read those, but take them in the context that they're just media articles. Then obviously we have our editorials. So every month from myself, from Mark Homer, my business partner, from Simon Grace, our full-time buyer, and definitely from some of our other buyers, staff, that kind of thing. We'll give you like an editorial, a snapshot in this month of what's happening. Now that'll vary all the time. We've talked about no money down in previous articles. Mark's talked about variations of valuation, getting the spread, the 3 types of discount. Simon every month does his property buying report, so he'll open up his model to you and show you what we buy every month, the kind of discounts that we're achieving from comparable prices, an average of the discounts that we're getting in total, the volumes of property. He might even highlight which ones are no money down. We'll all give you some kind of feedback as to what's been really good this month, what's been a challenge, how the market's changing, and so on. We've got lots of audios and videos from all of our newsletters, not just this one. So whenever we run, say, a teleclass, or maybe I'll produce a video and audio that's something that I believe is really important for you to know or topical, we'll also put that in the newsletter. And currently we're going through a teleclass series at the moment. 5 different sessions over a 4-week period. No money down, estate agent secrets, getting the spread, valuations. We're doing a beginner's teleclass, some interviews of people who've succeeded very well, ordinary people. So some of those transcriptions will also be in this newsletter. If you can't find all of those in the newsletter, please regularly visit our blog, which is progressiveproperty.co.uk/blog. We regularly update that with, we don't ever charge anything on the blog. It's all, public domain information that we've created that you can listen to at your leisure, when it suits you. I think that the video and the audio stuff is real time. It's very important because obviously when we write something, if it's been on the net for 3 or 6 months, then sometimes, that can look a bit dated, whereas the audios that we update on the blog probably twice a week, that's very relevant, cutting edge content. So I definitely keep your eye on those. So I just want to talk to you about the things that have been topical over the last 4 to 8 weeks that everyone's been talking about, some of the things that the professionals have been doing that should introduce you nicely to this newsletter. So the first thing is finance. I mean, every single month I seem to hear myself saying finance is changing like you wouldn't believe. Like 2-3 months ago, some of the strategies we're using now are almost out of date, and there's a lot of talk of FSA regulations in a lot of areas, and will some of the strategies that are being used now, will they be able to be used in the future? Obviously we've had the SARB, the sale and rent back, that's going through regulation right as we speak. There's talk of some of the low or no money down strategies being more regulated, which then of course will change the dynamics of them, dramatically. So that's really prevalent at the moment, and I'm hearing a lot of things being said, and a lot of the ways we're structuring our deals are starting to change at the moment. We're introducing some new strategies of no money down buying, or low money down buying, or assisted selling, or those kind of things. And also some of the strategies we've used for the last 6 to 9 months maybe have only got a 2 or 3 month lifespan. Obviously that can be challenging, but at the same time, if you're at the forefront, if you're an early mover in these strategies, you're going to massively profit, I believe, as long as you do the things that need to be done. And this is the challenge, but also on the flip side, the opportunity of the market right now. The next 18 months, I think most of us agree and believe, are a fantastic time to get in there and really buy yourself some cheap property. As well as understanding that things are moving very quickly, it's difficult to blink sometimes. At the other hand, I'm genuinely very, very excited about the prospect of the next 18 months, which is why it's really important to continue your education as much as you can. Something else that's really been exciting me and exciting a lot of other people, I mean, you've seen us do it in our model where we've created property portfolios and businesses around property portfolios to increase cash flow. You buy a good investment property at the moment, with a high yield, 8 to 12, 13%. Realistically, even after all your costs, you can make cash flow, but it's not going to break, it's not going to break your bank. It's not going to change the world. You'll be doing well to get £100 or £200 a month net after all costs cash flow on a single let property at the moment. If you tie this in conjunction with some of the new cash flow strategies, the assisted selling, the selling to first-time buyers, and lots of other cutting-edge cash flow strategies for deals you might not even want, or surplus deals that you find where you maybe keep some for yourself and move some on and create a business around that. A lot of people are doing that now. Traditionally it was, okay, I'm going to be a property investor now and that's what I'm going to do. And then I do that for 2 or 3 years and I learn a bit about the game and I get the knowledge, and then I'm able to set up, not necessarily a business as such, but you could do, but I'm able to then create cash flow through passing deals on and helping other people. Well, a lot of new people are doing that right now in conjunction with each other as a sort of side-by-side strategy. And that's very relevant at the moment. And the last 2 topics that I've just talked about, we'll be talking about those both in our teleclass series we've got running through August and up to the early September. And I probably won't mention it in this video, but we're launching a brand new series of events as of September the 5th, and we'll definitely be talking about all these brand new strategies as of the 5th of September. So make sure that you get yourself on one of our events as well. And then the last thing, the estate agent stuff. Because I hear mixed stuff about this. I hear people say, people who come on our events and people who go out and they become a banker in 2 to 6 weeks. Roy Benton and various other people who've been on our trainings have gone out, got deals within 2 to 6 weeks, and become a banker straight away using some clever law of influence techniques. For every person I hear that, I hear a person who says, oh, it doesn't work in my area, you can't become a banker in my area, all the agents are telling me that the market's booming and everything's selling at asking, and I'm not going to accept these silly low offers. So I want to kind of blow a myth out of the water. I know that we're fortunate in our area that we invest in, that it's a high yielding area, but we've just launched our buying model in a brand new area, and our buyer Simon has gone into a new area and he's getting the same level of discounts that we're getting in Peterborough from a standing start with zero experience in that area within his first meeting he went. And I would say within 4 weeks of this video we'll probably have 3 completed properties in this brand new area. So there's no one that can tell me that you can't go in, provided you do the right things in the right way, and you can go back through our blog and listen to some of the agents' audio, provided that you use the right strategies, you say the right thing at the right time, you use our blueprint that we teach. I guarantee you that more often than not, nothing's foolproof or nothing's 100% guaranteed, but more often than not, in 95% of the areas that Mark and I have researched, you can go and buy seriously big discounts right now from agents. They have their bottom drawer deals, they always will, so it's not a question of if they're getting the deals or not. The question is, how can you make sure that you get them over and above anyone else? So that's enough from me. If you want to get in touch with us about anything, my name's Rob Moore. You can email me at robmoore@progressiveproperty.co.uk, and for now, either click somewhere to go to our newsletter or scroll down and enjoy reading. Thank you very much.